Good evening, everyone. My name is Courage, and I am participating in the Teens Coders category because I am 13, and the theme of this project is Marrying Deborahs. Problem statement. What is marrying debris? Marine debris are human-made materials that are disposed into the ocean, like plastics, fish nets.
Oh, I think you don't have to bend. You're good.
Metals
Yes, good.
and other waste materials. How does it affect the ocean? 8 million tons of plastic enters the ocean year. Microplastics enters the food chain and harms the sea creatures. Plastic takes at least 450 years to decompose. Marine debris ends up in the ocean, pollutes the ocean, disrupts ecosystems, and harms sea creatures. The project goal is to raise awareness about marine debris with facts, helps users learn more through quiz, and raise awareness through an interactive game. To make the program look interesting, I have divided the program into 4 parts. These are awareness, quiz, game, and quiz. Users can use arrow keys to go to any part of the program at any time. Each part will open in a pop-up window. I have added sounds and images to make the program look interesting. If the user selects awareness window, the awareness window will open with awareness facts. If the user selects quiz, the interactive pop-up window will open with 5 multiple choice questions. Users can use arrow keys to pick an answer and enter to some names. This program will respond to a correct or incorrect option. After the quiz, it shows a color-coded score to know how well marine debris you know. If the user gets at least 4 out of 5, their knowledge is good. If the user gets 3 out of 5, their knowledge is average. And if the user gets no more than 2 out of 5, then the knowledge is 4 for this quiz. If the user selects game, the interactive game window will open. The goal is to collect trash and avoid fish. Collecting trash gives points. Collecting fish gives negative points. Accidentally collecting at least 2 fish will probably end the game. The winning conditions are collecting all of the trashes and collecting fewer than 2 fishes. The end conditions has you win or you lose condition. The end fish remaining and final swing. These are the score, the end conditions. I made a fun and interesting game to teach people to protect our oceans. I hope this program helps inspire more awareness and action towards keeping our oceans clean. I'm happy to give a quick demo of my program, live demo. Awareness. Plastic pollution. 8 million tons of plastic enters the ocean. Plastics, particles enter the food chain and harm sea. Plastic pollution. 8 million tons of plastics enter the ocean a year. Microplastics enters the food chain and harms sea creatures. Plastic takes at least 450 years to decompose. What you can do: reuse, reduce, recycle. Instructions is arrow keys to pick, enter to submit. 1. What is the most common material for marine debris? Metal, plastic, ceramics, or glass? Can someone tell the answer? Correct. Judges, which activity that contributes most to marine debris? Fishing, diving, snorkeling, or sunbathing? Can someone tell the answer? Fishing is the most common activity that contributes most to marine debris. 3. How long did it take to decompose plastic? 12 months, 5 years, 20 years, or 450 years? And some. Correct. 4. What are ghost nets? A. Invisible sea creatures. B. Lost fishing nets that treads marine life. C. Plastic bags. Or D. Underwater caves. Can someone tell the answer? No. Ghost nets are lost fishing nets that treads marine life. 5. How to stop with the marine debris? Litter/throw trash. B. Harm ocean more. C. Participate in cleanups. D. Ignore. Can someone tell the answer?
C.
Correct. Your knowledge is average. Game. Use arrow keys to move the diver. Collect trash, but not fish. Collecting at least 2 fish will probably end the game. When all trashes are collected, the user will win the game. Press space key to continue. Can someone play the game?
Yeah. It's okay, we should be fine. We should be fine. Can you, which language you develop the program?
Python.
Python? Very good. How to Python? This is a great idea to have a wonderful option around this. Is your idea or someone suggested beforehand?
My idea.
Can you do a code walkthrough, please?
Can you do a code walkthrough?
Can you do it?
Yes. I imported Pygame to have graphics, fonts, sounds, and images. The interactive window will not work without it. And I use this random to generate random number and list. And I use assist to exit the program. The width and height for this program is 1,440 and 720. And this program will run on 60 frames per second. And I initialize Pygame in Pygame Mixer. And I define different font sizes for heading, subheading, and body text. And the font for this program is custom fonts. And regular font file. And I define many colors to make the program look engaging and creative. And I imported sounds to make the program look interesting and engaging as well. And I imported realistic images instead of circles to connect to the real world. The awareness function has text, and I use for loop for text and for loop for event handling as well. And with divide by 2 fine. Its title text object with divide by 2 is to center the text. And hiding up, display up, flip means to update the screen. And the quiz function has 5 multiple choice questions and an instruction screen before playing. I use for loops for questions, and I use for loops for enumerating equipment, and I use while loops for waiting until the question is answered, and I use for loops for events as well, and include quick and key down. I use up and down arrow keys to pick an answer and enter to submit. This program will respond to a correct or incorrect option. I made a color-coded score to know how well Marion Deborah's is. Good, average, or poor. And the game function has the diver starts at X is 10 and Y is 10. The game has an instruction screen, and I use while loops for waiting, and for loops for events, and for loops for generating for each kinds of trashes, and piping the mixer music playing it. One is to play the music infinite. And the score is set to 0, and the fish counter is set to 0. And I use while loops for writing and for loops for event handling. And I use for loops for colliding the diver as well. And I use if and else conditions, and when the diver collides the objects, the user gets points, gets different messages, and plays the sound. When the user collects fish, it gets negative points. Adding fish counts, saying fish are not trash, and play the fish sound. And I use for loops for drawing images or displaying the images. And I made an HUD using screen flip ones. And I used if loop for an elif loop and else loop for if elif or else for when all trashes are collected or collecting at least 2 fish is the end condition. And when the winning conditions are collecting all the trashes, collecting fewer than 2 fishes, and the winning screen has win or lose conditions, fish renaming, and the final score. And piping the display flip means to update the screen, and piping the mixer music stop means to stop the music. The main menu has 4 multiple options, and so that users can use arrow keys to pick the menu and answer to the awareness, quiz, game, or quiz. And I use for loops for event handling, for loops for enumerating the options, so that the user can hover the options. And when the events are quit and key down, users can use arrow keys to pick an answer and enter to submit to awareness, quiz, game, or quiz. When the user clicked on the play button, this was playing the program. Going to main menu. This is the last, probably the last code block for now. And the font I use is Jellian. Jellian is the sans serif font. And Jellian bold is for bold fonts, for the quiz, request questions.